Thank you, Murray. David Paul.
Mr. Vice Mayor and Council, good evening. Yesterday morning I woke up to the mayor running with the bulls, so I thought the least I could do was go down to Palmdale and see what was going on. They had the meeting that was in the paper about spice, and I came to talk a little bit about that. You know, it's no secret that I'm for the legalization and taxation of marijuana and the end of the war on drugs. And I always try and put in the proper framework the consequences intended and unintended of that policy. And what I wanted to talk tonight about a little bit was what I've been doing. I have my new certificate in model thinking by Scott Page. This would most impress the mayor because he's into Scott Page heavily. And it's in model thinking, and this is my other one. This is what I've been doing, brain synapses and neurons. So you can go to Hebrew University in Jerusalem and study with one of the greatest teachers in the world on Coursera. It's absolutely phenomenal. But I picked up a couple things, and from the game theory modeling to solve problems, there's the Colonel Blotto game, and this shows you that if you're a weaker opponent, you want to open more fronts, and that way you have a better chance of winning. And then there's another game called the Prisoner's Dilemma, which you can model out if everybody starts with their own ideal outcomes in mind. You don't get the best common consequence, and usually people have to compromise and change their positions a little bit for both parties, all parties, to get to the best possible outcome. So that's why I talk about changing our opinion of the war on drugs. We have to compromise a little bit between our rigid standards, the law is the law, and all that stuff that people say when everybody does all these other things against laws they don't like. I mean, it's very confusing to people, but the point is that this spice and these bath salts that mimic meth and the spice that synthetic cannabinoids that mimic marijuana, people buy these things to evade drug testing. I've known about these things for many years. The Navy has a public service message because the problem is so severe with people freaking out, and it's all just to evade the drug tests. And we come back around to the position where the drugs are better than the synthetic drugs. And so I'll talk a little bit more about this, but you know, I just keep hoping we open our hearts and minds to understand that we have to do something different, and this is a tremendous problem. And the one thing I really don't want to see is Palmdale get ahead of us on solving the problem, but they seem to be unaware of the scope. You can go in any gas station and store and find this stuff, and our kids are using it, and it's a tremendous problem. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, David.